Hey, what's up, guys? Dr. Kamea here. So, I want to talk about something I was thinking about while I was doing my cardio, and that is the problem with linear thinking. So, when you're cutting or you're trying to lose weight, the body is not linearly processing food, right? You don't process food every 24 hours and just tomorrow you start from no food in your stomach. Like what you ate today does actually carry on to the next day. So, when you're looking at the weight scale, kind of messes with you a little bit. And it got me thinking about this whole problem with linear thinking. Now, linear thinking is basically where you say you get from point A to point B and it's just a straight line. But truthfully, nothing works like that. And so that's part of the problem, is that the world is trying to oversimplify everything, right? Oh, if you do this, you'll become that. If you just sprinkle on a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you'll become this. Almost nothing works like that. That is not true. That just is not how life works. Life is way more complex than that. It doesn't matter if you're talking about work, the economy, getting your life in order, fitness, whatever. Like nothing is in a straight line. Everything is like this. It's a windy, it is not a straight line. And so why would you plan on it being a straight line? Because what happens when you plan on it being a straight line is you get disappointed, because every time that you expect to make this progress tomorrow at 5 o'clock, you didn't. Even in business, you think, oh, I just got to make this amount of money each month and then boom, boom, boom. No, that's not how it works. Some days you have good days and some days you have bad days. And so, for example, a lot of people, if you go to a financial advisor, they'll show you this trend of the stock market, right? They'll show you the linear thinking because it simplifies your brain and goes, oh, okay, I just buy in and it goes straight up. And again, the problem, the deception behind that is that in between, it's really like this. And you actually have to handle that part. That's the part that you got to be willing to sit through. Volatility is just part of the game. So anybody who tries to sell me on an idea that it's, oh, so simple, you just do this, this, and this, I'm like, no, it's not. For example, I just paid thousands of dollars for my wife and I to get a financial advisor to basically break down some very complicated financial strategies. And we're probably going to reject 50% of it because I can already tell they're trying to oversimplify it, but the devil's in the details, like all these little things that they're not saying, I know. So I'm going to very quickly be able to look at that and have the conversation and say, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. When you get out of your head thinking that things are so easy, it's a problem in every aspect of life. It's not just about linear thinking in business or linear thinking in fitness and linear thinking in raising children. It's also linear thinking in spirituality. Like you can't take this complex web of ideas and then say, oh, all you got to do is this. So simple. So simple. You get into heaven. No, you don't. No, you don't. Stop. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. Linear thinking is dangerous. Now, if what you're doing is very mechanical and, you're trying to make a recipe and it works every time, mechanical things like how to screw in a light bulb, sure, linear thinking is great. Everything else is so complicated. It's so complex. There's so many moving parts. Maybe you should think a little deeper. Think a little bit more complex. Realize it will not be a straight line and be okay with that. That is the reality of how it's going to go down. R.I.P. Kevin Samuels. Peace.